Welcome back. Today, we've got some exciting developments to talk about: major investments, big acquisitions, and surprise earnings reports. Let's dive into the stocks grabbing attention on March 26.
Absolutely. Lots of activity in the market today. So, where should we start?
Let's start with Wipro. I saw they secured a massive deal.
Right, a 500 million pound 10-year strategic deal with Phoenix Group. It's a huge win for them. They're providing platform based services. Think of it as Wipro becoming the IT backbone for Phoenix Group's life and pension administration.
Wow, that's quite a commitment. Is it just IT support or is there more to it?
It's more than just support. They'll be modernizing Phoenix Group's core policy administration platform using AI, automation, and cloud technologies. It's like giving their entire system a digital makeover.
That sounds like a game changer. Moving on, what about NBCC?
NBCC signed an MOU with MAHAPREIT for infrastructure projects in Maharashtra, with projects estimated to be worth 25,000 crore rupees. That is a huge deal.
25,000 crore rupees over 3 to 5 years sounds like a major boost for infrastructure in Maharashtra. What kind of projects are we talking about?
Well, the MOU covers consultancy, EPC projects, and redevelopment projects. It's a broad collaboration aimed at upgrading infrastructure across the state.
Makes sense. Okay, let's switch gears to Samvardhana Motherson. What's happening with them?
They've completed the acquisition of Atsumitec Co Limited and a 49% stake in PT Atsumitec Indonesia. Motherson Global now holds 95% of ATC.
So it's mostly about expansion in the automotive components sector?
Exactly. It's like they're assembling all the pieces to become a major player in automotive manufacturing.
Okay, Restaurant Brands Asia is next on the list. What's their story?
They concluded their qualified institutions placement, allotting equity shares at 60 rupees per share and raised 5,000 million rupees. Some big names like SBI Magnum and MIT are involved.
MIT? That's interesting. What will they do with the funds?
Most likely, they'll use the capital to expand their restaurant chains or pay down debt. It's like fueling up for future growth.
Makes sense. Now, let's talk about UPL Limited.
UPL finalized an investment deal for its subsidiary Advanta Enterprises Limited. Alpha Wave Ventures invested $100 million and acquired a stake in AEL.
Advanta Enterprises. So this is about boosting their agricultural solutions business?
Precisely. It's like adding high-octane fuel to their agricultural engine, positioning them for even more significant growth.
Moving on to Quadrant Future Tek. What's new with them?
They received a letter of acceptance from Railtel Corporation of India for a significant new work order. The order is valued at 155 crore 93 lakh 9,000 rupees and involves supplying, installing, and commissioning Kavach Systems.
Kavach Systems? That's related to railway safety, right?
Correct. This is basically India's version of a train collision avoidance system. It's a big step toward enhancing railway safety across the country.
Absolutely critical for railway infrastructure. Okay, what's the latest with Piramal Enterprises?
Piramal Enterprises announced an investment of 600 crore rupees in Piramal Finance Limited via a rights issue. The investment is for general corporate and business purposes.
Does this mean a bigger stake for Piramal Enterprises in Piramal Finance?
Actually, the transaction doesn't change Piramal Enterprises' shareholding percentage in PFL. It's more about infusing capital to support the business.
Right, got it. Now let's discuss Torrent Power.
Torrent Power sold equity shares of multiple subsidiaries to its wholly owned subsidiary, Torrent Green Energy Private Limited, for 474.26 crore rupees. They also received a penalty from the Income Tax Department.
A penalty? What was that for?
It was 2 crore 31 lakh 74,961 rupees from the Income Tax Department, but they didn't specify the exact reason.
I see. What about Polyplex Corporation? What's happening with them?
Polyplex Corporation's step-down subsidiary, Polyplex USA LLC, commenced commercial production of a PET film line. They also completed capacity debottlenecking of their existing PET resin plant.
So, expanding their production capabilities in the US?
Exactly. This new BOPET thin film line has a capacity of 50,000 MT per annum. Plus, the PET resin plant's capacity increased significantly.
Now let's get to TVS Motor Company Limited.
TVS Motor Company Limited acquired an additional 30% stake in EBCO Limited and an additional 8.26% stake in the GO Corporation. They now have 100% ownership of both companies.
That's a big move. What are these acquisitions aiming at?
It's all about strengthening TVS Motor Company's presence in the e-bike business, particularly in the UK and Europe.
On the topic of the UK, what's going on with Ashok Leyland?
Switch Mobility UK is considering ceasing manufacturing at their Sherburn facility due to economic uncertainty in the UK and Europe. Existing orders will still be fulfilled, but future supply will be from India and UAE.
So they're shifting their manufacturing strategy based on market conditions?
Yes, it seems they are consolidating their production to be more cost effective.
What about NHPC? What's new with them?
NHPC completed the trial run for unit number 3 of the Parbati 2 hydroelectric project in Himachal Pradesh. Trial runs for the remaining units are expected by March 31st, 2025.
This project has been a while in the making, hasn't it?
Yes, it has, but it's a significant step forward for NHPC in boosting hydroelectric power generation.
Moving on to CG Power and Industrial Solutions Limited. What's their highlight today?
They launched Fluxtron, a new line of high-efficiency medium-voltage induction motors. These motors are designed for reliability, energy efficiency, and durability in harsh industrial settings.
This sounds like a move towards sustainability.
Absolutely, it aligns with industry's accelerating shift towards sustainability and net zero emissions.
Next up, Manorama Industries Limited. What are they up to?
They incorporated a wholly owned subsidiary in Brazil, Manorama Latin America Ltda. This subsidiary will focus on expanding the company's business in Latin America within the food and cosmetic industry.
So a significant geographical expansion for them?
Exactly. It's like planting a flag in a new territory to grow their business.
Let's move on to MITCON Consultancy and Engineering Services Limited. What's their story?
MITCON intends to acquire a 49% stake in 3 Minwin Group SPVs, which are implementing a cumulative 45 MW solar power project in Maharashtra.
This seems like a strategic move into renewable energy.
Definitely. It's like they're diversifying their portfolio to tap into the growing solar power market.
Now let's talk about TVS. Supply Chain Solutions Limited. What's on their agenda?
They authorized additional funding for overseas subsidiaries to support business expansion. The funding is up to INR 250 crores and will be allocated as loan, equity, or equity-like instruments.
This funding is for expanding their global operations then?
Precisely. The subsidiaries operate in storage, warehousing, and freight transportation, so it's about strengthening their global network.
Okay, what's new with Gujarat Alkalis and Chemicals Limited?
They invested 44.99 crore rupees in Gujarat Industries Power Company Limited GIPCL to set up a 75 MWAC solar power plant.
Another move towards renewable energy, it seems.
Exactly. It seems like they're betting on solar power as a sustainable energy source.
Now let's talk about Suntech Realty Limited.
Suntech Realty approved an investment in its subsidiary Suntech Lifestyle International Private Limited SLIPL, ranging from approximately 10 million to 20 million USD.
What's the purpose of this investment?
SLIPL will use the funds to further invest in entities involved in the existing Dubai project, which is like doubling down on their commitment to this venture.
Dubai seems to be a hot market for them. Next, Indian Hotels Company Limited.
They infused US $9 million as equity into their Netherlands-based subsidiary IHO-COBV, which will then invest in its US subsidiary United Overseas Holding Inc., UOH.
So what's the end game with this investment?
The funds are earmarked for debt repayment and other operational needs of UOH. IHOCOBV is IHCL's holding company for overseas hospitality investments. So it's about keeping their operations afloat.
What's happening with SNS Power Switchgear Limited?
They received a letter of award from Godrej and Boyce for the supply of disconnectors. The contract is for disconnectors up to 400 kV for PJCIL's Haryana and Rajasthan projects.
This sounds like a significant order.
It is. It's valued at more than 15 crore rupees and deliveries are scheduled to begin in the next financial year.
What about Sterlite Technologies Limited?
Sterlite Technologies partnered with Wire to co-develop optical solutions for FTTH network expansion in Belgium. STL will provide high-performance optical cables and other products.
So this sounds like a strategic partnership for expanding their presence in Europe.
Absolutely. They aim to streamline fiber rollout and deliver high-speed connectivity.
Okay, let's switch gears to Marico Limited.
Marico Limited approved an intra-group merger in Vietnam. Marico Southeast Asia Corporation, MSEA, is merging with Beauty Exchange Stock Company.
What's the objective of this merger?
The merger aims to enable efficiency in business operations and optimize operational costs. It's like streamlining their structure for better performance.
Let's talk about IRM Energy Limited.
IRM Energy executed a long-term agreement with Shell Energy India for RLNG purchase. The agreement spans 5 years and involves the purchase of 1 crore 23 lakh 21,200 MB2 of RLNG.
Securing a stable gas supply for the long term?
Exactly. This agreement provides a stable and affordable gas supply for industrial and commercial customers.
Sounds like a good move. What's new with Newgen Software Technologies Limited?
Newgen Software Technologies Limited received an award letter from a customer for an enterprise content management ECM solution. The award is valued at US dollars 1,285,074.
An international order then?
Yes, awarded by an international entity. It seems their global footprint is expanding.
What about International Conveyors Limited? What are they up to?
International Conveyors Limited acquired equity shares of TD Power Systems Limited for investment purposes. The cash consideration was 1.996 crore rupees.
So, a strategic investment in the power sector?
Precisely. TD Power Systems manufactures generators and motors, so it's a related industry for them.
Disclaimer. We advise investors to check with certified experts before taking any investment decisions. Moving on to Indian Hume Pipe Company Limited. What's happening with them?
They disclosed pending litigation with the Income Tax Department involving an assessment order for the assessment year 2023-2024. The demand raised is 98.02 crore rupees.
That sounds concerning. How are they planning to handle it?
The company plans to file an appeal against the disallowances additions.
Okay, let's check on Dodla Dairy Limited. What's the update with them?
The Commissioner of Income Tax allowed the company's claim of deduction under Section 80IB. They expect a refund of approximately INR 26.8 crores, including interest.
Good news for them then?
Absolutely. This is likely to improve their financial standing.
What's up with DCW Limited?
DCW Limited received income tax demand orders and notices from the Income Tax Department for various assessment years. A demand of 1.06 crore rupees for AY 2022-2023 and 5.63 crore rupees for AY 2017-2018 was raised.
Another company facing tax issues?
Yes, and their contingent liability has potentially increased by 35.62 crore rupees. They are pursuing appeals.
Let's move to H. G. Infra Engineering Limited. What's the latest with them?
Their subsidiary received an order and show cause notice from the Income Tax Department with a demand of 32 crore 99 lakh 66,720 rupees for the assessment year 2023-2024.
These tax issues seem to be a recurring theme today.
Yeah, well, they intend to file an appeal against the order.
And what about Bandhan Bank Limited?
Bandhan Bank received a tax demand of 119.38 crore rupees from the Income Tax Department due to disallowances of certain expenditure deductions.
A significant amount. What are their plans?
They are preparing to file an appeal against the order.
What's the news with HP Adhesives Limited?
They announced a delay in submitting information regarding an order from the Income Tax Department that demands 2.42 crore rupees.
Why the delay?
Apparently, they received the order on a non-business day. They intend to submit a rectification request or appeal.
Let's see what's going on with Sweden Life Sciences Limited.
They received a penalty demand notice from the Income Tax Department for the assessment year 2020-21. The demand is for 225.45 lakhs.
Another tax-related issue?
Yes. They intend to appeal the order, claiming it's due to disallowance of a weighted deduction.
Let's move on to Adani Energy Solutions Limited and REC Limited.
Adani Energy Solutions acquired Mahan Transmission Limited from REC Limited. REC sold all 50,000 equity shares to Adani Energy Solutions.
This sounds like a strategic acquisition for Adani Energy Solutions.
It is. It's like they're expanding their footprint in the transmission sector.
Okay, finally, let's look at Godavari Power and Ispat Limited.
Godavari Power and Ispat diluted its stake in Jammu Pigments Limited JPL due to JPL issuing compulsory convertible preference shares CCPS. Their stake decreased from 51% to 49.02%.
Does this mean they're losing control over JPL?
Possibly, subsequent allotments will further reduce their shareholding and JPL will eventually cease to be a subsidiary.
Wow, that was quite a rundown. So lots of activity from acquisitions and expansions to tax-related challenges. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more daily market insights.
Absolutely. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.